What's up guys, it's Josh from KeepItTechie, and today I wanted to show you guys the cat command in Linux. So the cat command in Linux concatenates files and displays the output to the shell. I've done plenty of videos where I'm actually using the cat command, but I've never bothered doing a video on it. This is a very simple command, and most of you guys are probably wondering why I'm making a video on this. But I wanted to cover the proper usage, and I'm sure some of you guys may not know all the cool features of the cat command. So let me go ahead and show the command and some examples that will help you. Okay, cool. So I have the terminal up and running. I'll be showing you guys these examples on Arch Linux, but they'll work on all distributions of Linux. The cat command is included as a base application or utility that's installed in all Linux distributions. So you don't have to worry about installing it. As long as you have a working Linux operating system, then you can use the cat command. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go down and open up the man page for cat. So let's type man and then cat and press enter. And this will give you some information about the cat command as well as a lot of the options. So let's start with the name. It's cat. It basically stands for concatenate files and print on the standard output. And then we have the synopsis. This is, cat, then the option, and then the file. And then we also have the descriptions down here, or description, and then the options or flags you could use while using the cat command. And they also have a few examples down here, as well as the author, and how to report bugs, copyright information, and all that good stuff. So let's go down and quit that and show you guys how to actually use it. And let's clear the screen right fast. Let's go down and show you. Okay, so the most common way people use the cat command is to display text from a file, and it'll output it to the screen. But you can also create files using the cat command. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that now by just simply typing cat. And first, let me cd into a test directory that I have set up. And let me ls that directory, just show you guys what's in there. And right now it's just a text document with some data that I want to use for this demonstration as well. But the first thing I want to do is create a file. I'll show you guys how to use the cat command to actually create a file. So you can simply type cat and then the right arrows or greater than symbol and then the file name. So test file, I'm gonna just name it test file, press enter. And that'll actually create that file for us. And it will also open up the file to edit. So right now, as you can see, the cursive is right here, that's letting you know you can start typing within that file. So I'm going to put some test information in there. Basically type test file info. And the way to quit is simply by pressing the control button as well as the letter D, and that'll close out the file for you and save whatever text that you've typed into the file. And so let's run ls again, and I'm gonna also use the LT flag, and this will show you that something is in that file by the size of it. This would be 0 if nothing was in the file, but I just wanted to show you guys that something is in there. Now let's go down and show you guys how to actually use the cat command to view the text within a file. And you simply type cat and then the file name. And I'm going to use that same file that we created, test file. That way you guys can see that the information is in that file. So as you can see, it says test file info. That's what I typed in there. So it displays that file data within the shell. And now that other file that I have in there, the secure.txt, I'm going to actually run cat on that one, but I want to show you how to pipe cat into other programs like more and less. So we can type cat, and then we want to use that file that I was talking about, the secure.txt, and let's go down and pipe this into more, and that way we can scroll through the file. And and that's the reason why I created that file. I basically took an article off the web. That way I can have something to kind of go up and down on once I open up the actual file using cat. Cool. And if we press Q, that'll quit us out and take us back to the terminal. And let's press Control L. And let's also run the command in less. And less is another way of displaying the data within the text file. And it'll allow us to actually go through, and it gives us more features within less. But I'll do a video on less, just showing you less and more, just showing you guys how to actually use them. But yeah, I just press Q and quit, and that'll get us out of there. And that's one of the best ways to actually open up a text file, especially if it has long data. You want to pipe it through less. That way you can page up and down through the text. Okay, so moving along, I want to go down and show you guys some of the flags that you can actually use with the cat command. And the first one I want to do is show you guys -B, which actually shows the line numbers in there. So this is a good option if you're, let's say you're web developing, and you know how sometimes in your PHP code or something, if you have an error or something, the browser will let you know that on line such and such, there's an error with the code. So this option will number each line within whatever text document or whatever you're opening up, so you can quickly find where the error is. So if we type cat -B, and then let's go through that secure.txt file and press enter. And as you can see, each line has a number on it. And it looks weird like this because these are basically paragraphs, and so it's numbering all the paragraphs. But if this was like some code with like, a couple lines of code on each line, then it wouldn't space it out like this. It just looks kind of weird because these are paragraphs, and there's no return after the end of the paragraph until the paragraph is finished. So it looks at it as a single line. Okay, so that's how you use the -B flag. Now there is another way to actually number the lines, but let's say like right now there are blanks in here and they are not numbered. And a lot of times when you're dealing with code, you want to number those lines as well. That way you can find the exact line number of the error in whatever code that you're looking at or whatever text file you're looking into. You want to use the -N flag. And let me show you guys that right now. So if we take off the B and put N there, and you'll see the difference. I'm going to just highlight this line right here. So it'll number that line, and obviously all these numbers will go up. So you'll see that change when I run the command right fast. So let's press enter. As you can see, it numbers all of the blank lines as well. So that's one thing you want to do, because when you're running code or when you're troubleshooting code, a lot of times it still numbers the blank lines. So you want to number them when you're looking at the file, if you want to use the cat command to actually look at the information. All right, so let's clear this right fast. Okay, and another thing I want to show you, and this kind of applies to programmers as well, but sometimes there are extra characters or hidden characters within your code. Well, one thing cat can do is show you where the actual line ends. And you can do that by using the -E flag. And I'll show you guys that right now. You'll see the difference when I actually run the command. But if we go cat -E, and then let's use that same file, press enter, you'll see it puts a $sign at the end of each line. So as you can see, this line right here actually has some spaces in there. So if you're a programmer, sometimes those spaces will jack up your program or mess up your program some kind of way, depending on what programming language you're using. So you can use this flag to actually see where your line will end. That way you could troubleshoot or debug whatever program you're writing, using the cat command. So let's clear this right fast. And what I'm doing to quickly clear is using the Control L. Someone pointed out in the comment section of one of my videos, like, why you always type clear and you never use Control L to actually clear the screen. That's actually a quicker way to clear the screen. I just always like to type out the command so you guys can see, but outside of doing videos, I do Control L all the time to clear my screen. I just typically do it for the video's sake. Okay guys, so the next flag actually requires me to modify the text file that we've been using throughout the video. So let me type nano and then the secure.txt file. Let's open it up right fast. And I want to go to the bottom. Let's just go to the bottom, that way it's easier. And let's add a couple lines in here from the above the last line of the text file. And you'll understand why I'm doing this once you see the command. So let's go through and save this right fast. Boom. And the next flag is actually the -s flag. And this flag is simply to reduce blank lines. So if you have spaces in between lines, this will actually reduce the number of spaces that will show up when you concatenate the file or when you cat out the file. So now I'm gonna run cat, and actually let's just run it normal. That way you guys can see the blank spaces. So cat and then secure.txt. And if we look right here, you know, it has all those multiple lines right there. So let's clear this right fast. And now let's run it with the -s option and press enter there. And if we look down at the bottom, you see it removed those spaces. There's still one line blank space there, but it removed all those extra spaces that were there and condensed it down. And that's simply what that's for. It's just to condense down the file. So if you have multiple blank spaces in between something, it'll kind of condense them down to one space or one line space in between those two lines of text. Okay, cool. So let me clear this right fast. Now let's go down and modify this file again right fast because I want to show you one more option. So let's go nano secure, and what I'm gonna do is add a tab on the first line. So let's save that. Boom. And the next flag I want to show you guys is -T. And what this does, it will condense the tabs that are in the file. And it will basically put a character there. It'll put the up arrow and then capital I in replace of the tab. So you shouldn't see the tabbed out text. You should see that those two characters that will indicate that a tab is there. So, and let's go down and run it with the -T. And let's specify that file. And also let me go down and pipe this into less, just so it'll stop at the stored at the top. But as you can see, it puts a character, these two characters there, that indicates a indentation in the actual line. So the up arrow as well as the capital I, that's an indentation. So let's go down and press Q for quit. That'll close that out. And let's clear the screen. Okay, so one of the last commands I want to show you guys is actually concatenating two files and basically displaying the data within both of those files to the screen. So I'm gonna do cat, and all you have to do is specify multiple files. So we're going to use the secure .txt file as well as that text file we created in the beginning, which was test file. So if we press enter there, and if we go to the bottom of it, you'll see that test file info is there. So let's go down and clear that again. That's basically showing two files or showing the information from two files. It'll put it all together and display it on the screen. So let me clear the screen right fast. And actually, one thing I don't like about that test file, let me add a return in there. That way it won't show on the same line as the terminal line. Now let me show you guys how to actually concatenate those two files into a new file. So let's Control L, and actually let's run cat again. So cat secure.txt as well as that test file. Now we want to put both of those files into a new file. So basically all you have to do is put the right arrow and type in the name of the file. So it'll cat out all that information into a new file, and we can just name it new file and press enter. And if we ls this directory, so let's go ls-la and press enter, this will show you that new file that we created. And as you can see, it has information in it because it has the data from both the secure.txt as well as the text file. And as you can see, it's bigger than both of them. So I hope you guys learned something new. I'm pretty sure most of my subscribers know the cat command, but I'm just hoping I was able to point out some options that you may not have used before, so you can go through and actually test them out for yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, keep it techie.